My name's Dan. Welcome to my channel. Let's get right into this. I don't want to waste your time with introductions, but I'm currently sitting in front of a house here in beautiful Las Vegas on a Sunday afternoon. The time I don't want to be here. I should be at home, drinking coffee, sitting on the porch. Anyway, I'm here. Okay, this is going to be a short little job. I've got some time to kill. I figured I'd make a quick video, waiting on my help to get here with the mailbox we have to install. But what my video is about is retirement. Okay, I retired 2 months ago. I'm still working, but I've made steps into changing my life. I've recently went back east, where I grew up in Missouri. I know the area very well, very beautiful. I bought a place, a couple acres, out in the foothills of the Ozark Mountains, with a nice shop where I can play with my old cars, rivers to fish in, and a couple acres for my dog to run around and chase squirrels. I can't wait to get out of here. I can't wait. It's hard put behind 40 years of my life to walk away. I look around my house. I'm downsizing in size. Like just me and a dog, so I don't need a huge house. I'm moving to a 1,000 square foot home. It's going to be plenty big enough for the two of us. I come to the realization, what do I do with all my stuff? I've got a house full of stuff. Basically I've collected over 40 years. I got a job, good job. I have all the respect in the world for my boss. He's not only a boss, he's a good friend, personal friend of mine. I don't want to leave him down holding the bag, but it has come time. I've got to draw the line. You got to know when to say enough is enough. And I'm going to tell you, enough is enough for me. Okay, I'm going to have a meeting with my boss today and let him know that Friday is my last day. And I'm going to have a roll-off dumpster brought to my house, and I'm throwing everything in my house away. Everything. Because I found out it's going to cost me probably $5,000 to rent a U-Haul truck and drive cross-country with it. And for $5,000, I can replace most everything I have. I have nothing extravagant. Furniture is cheap, but the things I can't part with, I find it really hard to part with, are tools and equipment that I've gathered over the years. I rehab homes, so I have got spray rigs, sandblast equipment, chop saws, drywall lifts, air compressors, ungodly amount of equipment. And these are things that I've used on a day-by-day basis over the years that have made my living. And I'm finding it really hard to let go of these things. But I'm going to. I'm going to rent a 6x12 U-Haul trailer, and whatever I can fit in that trailer and in the back of my pickup, and I'm leaving. I'm leaving. Enough is enough. I've drawn the line. So I just hope some of you learn from this, because I have talked to so many people that are in the same situation I'm in, same but similar. Okay, maybe they're not leaving to go cross country, but they've retired, but they're caught in this trap. They're still working. They still think they need to work a 40-hour job, that they can't survive on your Social Security. Well, I have to sit down with a pencil and paper, and I'm not a rocket science brain surgeon or anything, but simple math tells me that I'm going to thrive on Social Security alone. I'm going to thrive as long as I don't pick up bad habits to occupy my time, which I'm going to try not to. I'm going to occupy my time by tinkering in the shop with an old car, going to the river, going fishing, sitting on the porch having coffee, watch my dog chase squirrels. I mean, it's I don't need to live in Las Vegas with 2 million people that are all in a mad rush in the mornings to make it to work. I have to drive an hour each way to a job. Um, you know, the price of fuel, the cost of eating lunch, the wear that's putting on my body is unbelievable. When I deduct all that, plus the high cost of rent here in Las Vegas, um, I'm leaving all that behind. I'm not only leaving my life that I'm used to, I'm leaving a lot of headaches. A lot of headaches. I'm going to a town of 1,500 people, not 15,000, but 1,500 people. There's not even a stoplight in town. We have one stop sign. Okay? Now, this is going to be a culture shock and a half. When I moved to Vegas, it was a culture shock. I came here from Missouri, not a 1,500 population town, but a little bigger town. It was right outside St. Louis. Still a hustle and bustle. People are rude. Everybody's in a hurry. Their time's more important than yours. And here is basically the same, but multiplied by 100 times. You think nothing driving down the street here and driving the speed limit, maybe 5 mile an hour over speed limit, because you're not in a hurry to get where you're going. You don't want no speeding tickets, and there's usually a motorcycle cop on every corner. So I mean, you're gonna drive the speed limit, you're gonna obey the laws here, or you're gonna rack up traffic fines. You're gonna be in trouble. Okay, this is not what people think. You come to Vegas and it's free for all. You do anything you want. No, this town is just like every other town in the country. I mean, except we have the Strip, okay? World known for gambling, okay? Prostitution, which is not legal in Vegas, I'm going to tell you. It is not. I don't care what anybody says. Even though you have hookers in every casino, on the street corners, walking down the street, it is not legal. But 50 miles from here, you've got legal brothels, okay? I've never been to one. They don't interest me. But they are legal 50 miles out of here in another county. Vegas is no different than any other town, except people here are in a lot bigger hurry. They're under a lot of stress. Housing is about twice, triple what it is in other parts of the country. It's nothing to be driving down the street here and have a little old lady pass you on the right, honk her horn, and give you the old Las Vegas hello. Okay? Because she's on her way to bingo, and she's running late. And her Social Security check's burning a hole in her purse. And so I'm leaving that, going to a town where people come by and they nod when they drive by. Even if you're driving the other direction on the 2-lane highway, they just nod. It's friendly, total different atmosphere. So I might have a little trouble adjusting to that, but I'm gonna like it. I believe I'm gonna like it. But I'm gonna take you on my journey. I'm not saying that everything I'm doing is the right way to do it, or you should do it my way, because everybody has their own situations, their living situations, where they live, how they live, what they like, what their pastimes are. And when I moved out here from Missouri in 1988, my pastime was hit the bars, play pool all night. When the sun comes up, hit some coffee, go to work. That was a working man's way of life in Las Vegas. You want to meet a girl, you go to the bar, okay? And the type of women you meet are Las Vegas women. Okay, they're not exactly the type of women you take home to mama. You know, I mean, you go to the bar and you hit it off with a woman, and things are looking really good. And you ask, "What do you do for work?" He says, "Well, I'm a stripper at a titty club. I dance for strange men for money." Oh, hey, that's great, man. It's great. And then you find out, wow, that girl makes more money than you do. It's a prized profession here. They're not all Las Vegas showgirls. They're very few and far between. And them aren't hanging out in the bars picking up construction workers or running around with construction workers. They're gold diggers. They're hanging out in the high-dollar casinos, hitting on the guys that are driving Bentleys and, Rolls Royces, and sitting at tables blowing $5 and $10 a day, gambling. It's a dog-eat-dog world around here, and I'm going to be glad to leave it. Very glad to leave it. For the last 10 years, my life has involved going to work, coming home, and watching TV with my dog. It's keeps me out of trouble. It's cheap way to live because everything has gotten just so expensive. I'd have to have 2 jobs in order to run around and party. I don't gamble, thank God, because I see people gamble, and I don't understand why. I don't understand it. They make great money, and come Monday they can't even buy themselves lunch. But they do the same thing continually over and over and over. So I'd be happy to go somewhere where you don't have slot machines. It's 7-Eleven, in the gas station. It's a grocery store. It's going to be a culture shock. But I'm doing it. So stay tuned to my channel. If you like what you're hearing, I'll take you for this journey with me. I'm just going to document my retirement and things I do, and maybe it'll help you out, and maybe it'll give you that little push to get you where you want to be. Anyway, my name's Dan. If you like, hit that subscribe and like button, help my channel grow, and I will talk to you again in the near future and let you know how this journey's going. Thank you very much. Have a nice day.